Okay, so hello and welcome back. Today we are going to discuss on authentication bypass via information disclosure. Okay, so let's understand first like what does that mean. So introduction. Attackers expose sensitive information to evade authentication mechanism, gaining unauthorized access to the system, application or restricted resources. What does this mean? This means that the attackers try to steal the information that is already exposed. Now this can be exposed on different mediums like the website itself or the view page source code or any publicly exposed areas. So this information is exposed. Say for example, there is a username as Adam, okay, and Adam has written his passwords in an online notepad tool, okay. So anyone who is like able to access his account, of course it is open, you just have to enter the URL. So his information, that is his username and password, is exposed to the entire world, right? So that is the thing. This is what we mean, that the information that is exposed, we are using it to authenticate the person whom we actually are not, but we are trying to impersonate that person, okay. So that's the whole point here, okay. Moving on, so the next thing is sources of disclosure. That means that this means that where our information is leaked, on the what mediums the information is leaked. So it can be data disclosed in the web pages. That means the web pages are itself like directly showing the password or the username in plain text, and we are just able to copy paste it, like use it to log in. That's one thing. Then we have leaked session tokens, the session tokens that we are used to log in, that help us to maintain the session. So for example, is one admin is login and we are able to steal that tokens, then we can also just use the session tokens if that is the only authentication mechanism used to check your identity. Then we can use the session ID of that admin and log in as the admin and carry out any activities. So that is the second point. Then we have exposed configuration files. Now configuration files can sometimes also have credentials, if leaked, can help us to log in, not help us, can help the attacker to log into a normal user. So that is the another thing. Then we have error message revealing user details. Sometimes the error message may leak the user names and we can try to guess the password or maybe brute force the password. So that's one more thing. Then we have unprotected add overlay verbo API endpoints. So endpoints could also leak this information. That's one thing. Then we have debug logs. Also the logs can sometimes hold the incorrect password and it may display the password as well. So that would be a one thing. Then we have the metadata in public resources. Of course, suppose you are using GitHub and any other resources, of course if you are storing the information there, it could be leaked there. So yeah, these are the different sources of disclosure of your authentication credentials. So always make sure to never write your password or username in public sources. Not only public sources, even if you are storing your password or your credentials in your local system, try to use a password manager or try to encrypt in some way or lock it in some way that if any by any chance they get access to your system, they are not able to directly access your password or any credentials, okay. So let's move on. So now it's practical time. So today we'll be using PortSwigger Lab and we'll be trying to solve this kind of scenario. So we'll get a better understanding of this. So this is the PortSwigger Lab under the information disclosure section. So this labs is authentication bypass via information disclosure. Okay, so this lab, let's understand the content. This lab's administration interface has an authentication bypass vulnerability. Now where is this vulnerability present? It's present in the administration interface. Keep this thing in mind. Okay, but it is impractical to exploit without a knowledge of a custom HTTP header used by front end. Now we should have an understanding of what HTTP headers are, what different type of HTTP headers we can see. Okay, so that's one thing. Okay, to solve the lab, obtain the header name, then use it to bypass the lab's authentication. Now we need to get the header name. First I'll just start Burpsuite on one side. Okay, let's continue reading it. Just a minute. Okay, so access the admin interface and delete the careless user. Okay, fine. You can log into your own account using the following credentials. Okay, this credentials we will be using, and just an understanding that admin interface has an authentication bypass vulnerability. The vulnerability is present in this interface itself. That means we have to find this admin interface, but in practical, okay, access the admin interface and delete. Now we first thing is to find the administration interface, the admin interface. So keep this thing in mind. Now let's start Burpsuite. Initially start Burpsuite. So our lab has already loaded. Till then Burpsuite is starting. It has already started. We will open the browser. Okay, so let's move on with solving the lab. So this is the lab that we have to solve. Understanding the question, this lab administrative interface has an authentication bypass vulnerability, but it is impractical to exploit without HTTP. So we have to first find out the administrative interface that they are talking about. So what I'll do, I'll just try to check if we can access the admin account. No. Okay, then we'll try to log in as the Winer, if I'm pronouncing it correct, and the password is Peter. Logging in. Okay, so we can see username is Winer. That means we are logged in. Now let's try to access the admin. Okay, so we can just see this thing. So this message says that the admin interface is only available to local users. So it should be accessible only to admin, right? But it says that it is accessible to local users. So we'll keep this point in mind. Let's move to Burpsuite. We'll see the request. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll clear the history. Okay, let's refresh this page. Okay, so we'll get the request here. Okay, admin request. We can see the admin request. It says 104 unauthorized, right? So we'll send it to repeater. In the repeater, I'll send the request again. We can see it says that 401 unauthorized. So if you look at the question, it says that we need to have a knowledge of custom HTTP headers used by the front end. So maybe we'll try to modify the HTTP request headers. So now what we will do, I'll just type here HTTP requests, and I'll go to request methods. Loading. Okay, so these are the HTTP methods available. So what we will do is that we'll try all these methods one by one. Let's check if we can find anything. So these are the methods. So I'll just open the table. Okay, so get head option. So get, it's already used, so we'll use the head method now. I'll type head, send. Let's see the response. What's the response? It's same, 401 unauthorized, and the content is same. Okay, so the other one, we'll try options now. Options, send. It says again 401 unauthorized, same thing. Let's try other one. The other one says trace. Is it options? Okay, now after options is done already, so we'll just try trace send. Okay, wow, so we got 200. Okay, this means it is allowing the trace method. So what response we are getting? We are getting http admin same headers, right? Also, if you check the session id, it's same. No, nothing is different. The content length is 0. That means there is no content. Okay, then we have an interesting option here which says custom IP authorization to this IP. This can be the server IP. So I'll copy this thing, okay, and paste it here. Let's check send. The response is 200. Again, if you remember the question, it says that, not the question, sorry, the hint, you can say, it's only available to local users. Okay, to the local users. So keeping this thing in mind, what we'll do, we'll change the IP address here. We'll change it to 127.0.0.1. Send it. We are getting 200 again. So what we'll do, we'll change the method back to get. Okay, so let's check render. Congratulations, see, we are able to access the admin panel. We are able to get these things, right? What we will do now, I'll try to check this option Carlos here. Let's check the request for Carlos. Okay, it says admin delete username equal to Carlos. Let's try to access it here. I'll try to access this URL itself. Okay, done. Send. It says 302 found. Okay. Send. Follow redirection. Let's see, it says okay now. Let's check the. Okay, so as you can see, it says congratulations, you have solved the lab. User deleted successfully. So yep, congratulations, we were successful to solve the lab. Thank you for watching the video. See you in the next video. Bye bye, have a good day.